Hello and welcome back. I am at home today, so I thought I would do a little catch up about Whatnot and what my thoughts are on it and how it's been going. So first off, if you don't know me, my name's Steve. I'm an online reseller. I mainly list on eBay and Vinted, but recently I've been trying out Whatnot and I've done 4 shows so far. My 5th show is tonight, so what day is it? The 10th of March. If you're watching this, Tuesday 10th of March. Please do come and check me out tonight at 8 o'clock on Whatnot. But yeah, I wanted to sort of go through my thoughts on it and what. There's a lot of good things about it and a lot of bad things about it. So I just wanted to go through what I thought and see if you agree. Right, so as I said, I've done 4 shows so far. First show was, I done one sort of like lunchtime-ish, just to sort of get it out of the way. I sold 4 books, which wasn't great, but also was kind of good because it just got me a feel for the whole thing. The second show I tried to do one in the evening at I think it was 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. Did really well, did a lot better. I think I had like 8 buyers, but I sold about 27 odd items, 28, 29 items, something like that. Yeah, so that was quite good. My third one, I only had 3 buyers, but one of them bought majority of my books, which I shall come back to. Or I'll come back on in a minute because that again got my cogs whirring. And then my 4th show I did last week, World Book Day. I thought I would do a whole like young kids chapter books type show. I did it at lunchtime. I thought that might be a good time because parents are off, they might get their kids books, World Book Day, all that kind of stuff. I sold nothing. I was it was terrible because like the first 3 sort of got gradually better and better and better, and then 4th show I wasn't expecting huge numbers, but I could you can see how many people are viewing or in the room, whatever, and that just didn't go above 6. I don't think. It was really terrible. Hardly anyone watched it. No one bought anything, and it was a bit soul destroying, to be honest. It knocked my confidence a huge amount, much more than I thought it would, because I kind of just experimenting with different times and different books and different genres, that kind of stuff. So I just think I would just put it down to that, but it just all of a sudden I just started doubting all my life choices and everything like that. So it was it was a bit annoying. So I've waited a few days. So that was on Thursday last week. So I've waited to Tuesday this week to try it again, just to see how I go, and try an evening one again to see if that does any better. The good thing about Whatnot is it's a very good way of clearing out a lot of stock if you get the right people in there. So that is one very good point. That is, if you get the right people that want to buy stuff. And the hardest thing is getting people to buy one thing. So with books, for instance, I think it's up to probably about 5 books. The postage stays the same, and then above that sort of starts another one because it's all raw mail. So it's done on weights. I presume up to 2 kilograms is a certain weight. Anything over that is another price, so it goes up again. So if you can get people to buy one, then it basically costs them not much more in postage to buy a second one, and then you get more from the actual sale. In terms of setup, I think it's pretty easy to set up. I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I kind of jumped in, tried to figure it out as I went, and I pretty much did. There's a couple of bits which I'd done beforehand, which I wouldn't have known if I hadn't watched a couple of videos, but generally it's pretty easy. You just sort of press the button on the screen, start. You can set the time however you want and go, and then hold up what you want, sell it, and it's done. So some of the downsides I find are it can be, like I said, it can be a bit dead if you don't get the right people in, if you don't get the times right of when to do it. There is a way of advertising on it or promoting it, but obviously then you've got to pay extra for that to promote it, and I don't really know how much promotion works. I presume it obviously just bumps it up to the top of the listings, but I don't know if that works much better or what. I've not tried it. I don't probably intend to try it because I just think it's a bit of a waste of money. But yeah, if anyone has tried that, do let me know if it helped, because I'd be interested to know. Another downside is I just find it's fairly easy to set up, but there's also I couldn't see any sort of help. There was, it shouldn't. I think it should sort of prompt you a bit more to go, this is how you set up. You do this, this, and this. I just didn't really see any of that. I might have skipped past it and tried to figure it out. I'm not sure, but I don't think there was. So I've seen people asking online saying, how do you actually set things up to sell? You can set things up like ready to go, so you can have basically all of your items listed and then you just go through them in order, do each one at a time. What I do is I just do it like a random pool, so I just have it, I set up 150 or whatever, 100 listings of all the same, and then I just hold up a book, get it going, and that's it. And then I make piles so I know who's bought what. Yeah, a bit more clarification on how that all works, that would be, I think, better, because yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. Like just before I think I went into the show, or that day, I was like, I wonder what you do. So sort of, because I'd set the show up and I went to go into it like during the day, just thought I'd have a look, and then it says that I need to do verification before I do my first show, which it hadn't mentioned at all. So that was another thing. Luckily, obviously, I got it, and I got it all verified. I just have to provide a bit of ID, which I had my driving license, so I could show that. But yeah, if you were just going into it, you don't think you really would have known. So yeah, there's sort of little bits like that which seem a bit strange. I suppose another downside is that people aren't really willing to pay much depending on what you've got, but I suppose that depends on your audience as well. Obviously I've got a lot of books, most of which pretty much all of them I'm starting at £1 to move them on, just to sort of clear some space really. And sometimes it's a real struggle to even get £1 out of people. So yeah, I think there's like 2 or 3 times that I've had a couple of bids, so it jumps up. But apart from that, most time it's just £1, which is fine and kind of what I expect. But yeah, so if you're expecting to make big bucks from it, then you probably need better items. But then even that, it's probably better to list them elsewhere. So, and then we go on to the fees. The fees I find are very expensive. I've not seen it break down. It's not like that when you sign up they go, this is what the fees are going to be. I couldn't see it mentioned anywhere what the actual fees were going to be. It must be in the small print, I guess. But so if you sell something for £1, for instance, as most of my sales have been, so the first sale from that person, I think what I've seen so far, I pretty much get 49p for £1. So all the rest of the fees, all the rest goes as fees. Obviously all goes to whatnot. But then if you sell another one, so if I sold the second book to the same person, then I get 60p, because there's obviously less postage costs. There's basically no extra postage costs, but they still take an extra amount from that. So yeah, that it seems quite cheeky, and it seems quite a lot. So a couple of things I've sold like for £2 and I got like £1.50, or so that doesn't seem as bad. But yeah, when it's £1, selling things for £1, you really just, yeah, it's almost just, it is clearing old stock, which is fine. But yeah, most of my money I've probably made in the last 4 shows. The large chunk of it, I got 2 people, thank you very much to 2 people, that sent me a donation. I can't think what it was, but a tip, I think it's called. So you can tip people on there, and 2 people, thank you very much, saying on my first show was very, very kindly tipped me, which bumped up my amount. And then because I'd reached a certain amount of sales, I can't think what it was, but when you first start, if you hit a certain amount of sales and a certain amount of time being on the app, and a certain amount of sellers that you've sold to, then you get an extra. I got a bonus of £35 from Vinted, from Whatnot. And so that was obviously a very helpful addition. Well, I think it wasn't. I think they doubled, basically. They doubled what you sold in that first few days, the amount. So yeah, so I got an extra £35 on top of that. So it's over the course of 4 shows, I've made about £100, not taking into consideration what those things cost me, which majority of it was free, so that doesn't really bother me. Yeah, it's not massive, but it's all extra and it all clears a bit of space. So from that side of it, I don't mind so much. But I found it exhausting as well. That's the thing. I don't know if I feel a bit coldy now, and I don't know if I was maybe coming down with a bit of a cold or if it's just a bit too much. Considering you're just sort of standing around holding things up, it's not like it's a really exhausting thing, but I suppose it's you've mentally on the go, and you've got a camera in your face, so you can't just like shut down and just go, oh god. You have to sort of be the face of it, and keep talking and always showing things and trying to keep things moving. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of downsides to it, but there is a lot of upsides as well. And it really depends on how your business is and what kind of things you sell. I know clothes can sell a lot better on there. I've got some that I might even just try and clear them out just to get rid of them. But a lot of them are listed elsewhere, so I might just lower the price down elsewhere and try and do it that way, because I can't see them probably going for much more than £1, because I haven't really got the audience to do it. So yeah, I can see how people can do okay at it if they've got a load of cheap stock that they're literally just churning through, and if they get regular people, resellers probably, that are going on there to look at their stuff and go, yeah, I can just pick up a few bits, get it in and get it listed and make a bit of money that way. I don't know, it's a tough one. It would work for some people, might not work for all. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if I'm going to continue with it. I'll keep going for now, just because I've got so much stuff to get through. So it would be nice to try and make a dent in it. But yeah, going back to my 3rd show, I think it was, I did for fantasy fiction. So I sold a lot of fantasy fiction. There was one customer in particular that came in, and they bought a few books and was asking how the postage works, blah blah blah. So people were trying to help out in the chat. I was trying to help out as much as I could. So it was all going okay. And then they bought 2 books which were the same, which then all of a sudden I was like, oh, maybe they're a shop, which it's fine. It doesn't really bother me, but also at the same time it does, because then afterwards I started thinking, because they bought like 30 odd books, maybe even more than that. I had to send it in 2 different boxes, so 2 different parcels I had to take down to the post office, because it split it out before. It might have even been 40 books or something like that. And then I looked at the address. It's actually a bookshop that I follow on Instagram. Again, it's all stuff that has been sitting in my storage for ages and not been doing anything. So the fact that I've managed to sell it on, and say most of it I got for free, so I managed to move it on, clear it out of space, get a bit of money back, and it's going to them. But then the other part of my brain starts thinking, well, if they're putting them in a shop, they're obviously going to make more money on it, so then why don't I just open a shop to make more money? But then my brain starts going, we don't want to work in a shop, this is why you do it online. So then it all just like spins around, and when I'm feeling a bit coldy and a bit heady anyway, it starts swirling around on my head a bit more. But that's by the by. It's just a thought that then start thinking, well, do I want to do this? What's the point in doing this if I'm not making as much money? And people suggested in the chat, because to start off with, the fantasy fiction wasn't really selling at all until this one person came in. So people was like, oh, maybe you're better off listing it on Vinted. And I started thinking, maybe I am just better off listing it on Vinted for like £1, which is what I've been doing for the majority of my books, listing them for £1 on Vinted just to sort of move them on. but it's still surprising how little sell for £1 on Vinted. So I'm getting sidetracked a little bit, but I'm sure you know what I mean. I don't necessarily want to be like a wholesaler. If I'm selling them individually, I'd prefer to do wholesale. Just whatever I've got, sell it all as a bulk that way. But it's a difficult one to get my head around to explain. I can't explain it myself, so I don't expect you to totally understand. But yeah, it comes down to wanting to make the most money, obviously the best way you can. So when you see other people making money off your stuff, you just think, oh, could I just do that? Why don't I just do that instead? But it's obviously then you've got all the overheads and everything that comes with it. Anyway, that is my thoughts on Whatnot and my first few shows. I will continue doing it and see how it goes. So I've got a load of stuff to clear out. What I've done is, so I had a load of these Jacqueline Wilson books that I had listed I had tried to sell on Whatnot the other day, none of them sold, so I've just bundled them up and I'm going to list them as they are and try and move them on that way. A load of other stuff, so a lot of stuff I was sort of picking off of Vinted to then try selling, so I've just sort of tried relisting it on Vinted for a lower money to just move it on, knowing the fact that for every £1 you sell on Whatnot you basically get half the price, or get 50p. I just think I might as well just sell it on Vinted for £1 and get rid of it that way. I hope that helps someone. If it is just me gibbering at the minute, so I appreciate that might not help too much, but it's kind of my thoughts on it. If anyone's got any ideas of or any thoughts themselves on Whatnot, if you've tried it, what you think, if you come on to one of my shows or anything I can improve on, yeah, let me know and I shall speak to you soon. So thank you very much for watching, and leave a thumbs up on your way out. Thank you, bye bye.